But Liz, want to go back to this Woolworths thing, right? It's the government, Murray Watts, who thought he had a clever line, Peter Dutton is focused on what sort of thong you can buy on Australia Day. But playing down the outrage of many Australians, who I would assume too would include a lot of Labor voters, about Woolworths saying you can't celebrate Australia Day by buying any product from us. Aldi now says it won't stock Australia Day merchandise as well. But, you kind of say, well, that's a German company. What do you expect? Woolworths is Australian owned.
But is it? If you look at the two major shareholders of Woolworths, Andrew, they are BlackRock and Vanguard. Yes, those two very well-known, massive entities that basically control every company under the sun. If you can name one that they don't own, haven't got four paws in each pie, then I'll hold my breath, but I'll probably die. These guys are extremely powerful, and we know who's pulling the strings here. The anti-West, the self-loathing that is being rolled out across the West. Western countries, we see this all the time. We saw how Woolworths, that so passionately backed the yes vote last year, got whacked over the head for that too. Again, people need to vote with their feet. I was so heartened by Peter Dutton. Surely, I certainly can't remember, I don't know about you, but a politician that senior in our country calling for a boycott today of something as major as a huge supermarket chain in our nation. I cannot remember that ever happening before. This is significant. And what people need to realise now more than ever is we are the resistance. There's almost 26 million of us in this country. The lefties aren't the minority. They are the minority, rather. And the silent majority can stay silent but take their money elsewhere. Go to farmers' markets. We're always talking about how ripped off the farmers are in this country by this duopoly of Coles and Woolworths. We, the consumer, have the power with our dollars, and we can tell these global elites pulling the strings, yes, even at Woolworths, where they can shove their agenda.
You are so right to pull me up on how significant this is, because, James, I remember Scott Morrison telling me the one time he deigned to talk to me when he was Prime Minister, because I think that I was too right-wing, conservative. I mean, what a joke. That he wasn't going to engage in the culture wars. I think he said wouldn't put on an extra job, or he laughed it off. Wouldn't go, and the culture wars in the end destroyed him. But here's Peter Dutton getting stuck right in. Mistake or good?
Absolutely good. He'll ride all the way to the lodge on issues like this. I mean, can you believe Murray Watt? Murray Watt says the Labor Party, we're focused on fighting inflation. No, you're not. The RBA have been fighting inflation. The Labor Party have been fueling inflation. And then he accuses Peter Dutton of wasting time fighting the culture wars. Aren't the left hypocritical? They're the ones who dismantle the culture, and anyone who objects, they're the ones who are accused of fighting the culture wars.
Yes.
It's as plain as day. No one buys it. It's absolute rubbish. Peter Dutton is right to take a stand on this. Morrison disappointed his supporters because he refused to fight the culture wars. Like Liz said, there's 26 million of us who are dying for somebody to stand up for our country and fight the culture wars. Dutton will absolutely win on this one. Woolworths will lose, so will Aldi. Coles have come out and said, we will stock Australian items for Australia Day. Well, their marketing department just got an absolute free kick, didn't they?